Good afternoon, my name's Sean Connors and welcome back to Outsiders, and tonight we're going to talk about the retro system in a little bit more detail. So far we've covered off some basics, which we're going to flesh out in more detail over the next few videos. We've talked a bit about the magic system, and I'm now going to start finalising the final touches. Then we'll have the 5-page document. Currently I'm up to 3 pages, and I'm just working on finalising the final 2 to get a working draft that we can take out there. You guys can start playtesting, and I need then your feedback. And we need some serious playtesting. What we're really looking for is a volunteer who can take the system on and actually run it. It'd be great if you could get some videos of what you're doing. And it'd be really interesting even if they're about the rolling up procedure, a little bit about the game. They don't have to be long, a few minutes at most, but just to get a feel for it, how it works, how it plays in real life, so that we can make the tweaks necessary to turn it into a really good retro system. At the moment I've called it Retro RPG. But anyway, tonight's video is going to be about the initiative system. I've actually called this video Seizing the Initiative, because that's the idea behind this initiative system. Now, although it's a retro system, and I don't want to get it to become too complicated, a lot of retro games are very much toe-to-toe fighting, and I sort of want to offer ultimately the referee the choice of making it either a sort of battle board style game, which I don't think is a problem, because I think you can do that fairly easily with the system we've created, or old school toe-to-toe. And I think both versions can be catered for in the retro gaming, and maybe we'll playtest both and see what people think. But this is a part of that, because this is initiative, and initiative should be important. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but when I look back at gaming, and I think back to my first games that I didn't really play many, but I refereed. One of the most exciting parts, and I know it's exciting for my players, is always the moment the referee says roll for initiative. It was always exciting. Now, after many years of play and stuff, perhaps it doesn't have the same feel. But players always say to you at the end that I love rolling the dice. They always say that I always enjoy a good combat situation. And I think Seizing the Initiative should really be about bringing back that element of fun to the game. Yes, it's retro, but can we make it exciting? And I think this could do it. And also quite deadly, because it's a good system. A good old retro game should not be easy. And that's one of these things that I'd like to put in there. So, what is initiative going to be in this game? Well, we all know it's going to be part of a default dice, ultimately. I'm going to have initiative as a separate dice, the same as I'm going to have, and it's going to be called speed. So it's going to be general speed, fast, quickness, quick of hand, whatever you want to call it, but speed at the moment. Now, let's take a scenario so you can understand where mine's going. Let's say one guy's rolling a default D10 dice, and somebody's rolling D4 plus 1. Let's say that they both roll maximum. Let's keep it really simple. So one guy's got a 10, one guy's got a 5. Now, obviously the guy that's got the 10 reacts first, so he gets to roll to hit. We won't talk about that at the moment, we'll just say that he rolls to hit. He has the initiative. Now, whatever the outcome of that, let's assume that the other guy now has to react. Now, because, obviously, and I'm not moving into different rounds here, this is a consecutive, continuous combat situation. It's about ebb and flow. It's about seizing the initiative and taking advantage when you've got it. So now the guy who has rolled 5 now gets to roll initiative again. He doesn't get to act, he gets to roll initiative. Let's see if he can overcome what's against him. Now the odds are slim because already the guy's rolled a 10, and that's still an important number. He's got to roll D4 plus 1. Let's assume that he doesn't make it. Let's assume that he doesn't get to 10. Let's assume he rolls 8. So at that point, he still hasn't won initiative, so he doesn't go. The other guy goes again. The other guy gets to try and hit him, or move away, or whatever he decides to do. So you can see how initiative is going to work. It's about the highest number seizes the initiative, and the other person has to try and close the gap. Now there will be several factors that will play in my initiative system. I'm going to use weapon speed factors. I'm going to have an armour thing built into the game to create a balancing factor, but I don't want to push it too much so make it unplayable. I need to make it playable and fair and allow combat choices even though it's retro. So this is Seizing Initiative. Let's take a slightly different example of where this initiative system can really work, I think. Let's take one where it's a D8 roll and a D10 roll and a D6 roll. Let's say that the D10 roll rolls a 7 and the D8 roll rolls a 6. So once again let's rephrase that, apologies. The D10 and D8 roll. So the D10 rolls a 7 and the D8 rolls a 6. Okay, the D8-10 guy goes first because he has the high initiative. He gets to react. Once his is done, the other guy gets to roll initiative. Now he's bound to equal it because the minimum he can roll is 1. But let's say he rolls lucky. Let's say he rolls an 8. Now he's 7 points higher than the other guy. So now he's seizing the initiative. So will the other guy, when it's his go after he's reacted, get a chance to seize it back? Now I'm going to have a couple of factors playing in on this as well. Like luck is going to be a separate entity, a bit like speed. So you're going to have 3 main attributes: combat, magic, and stealth. And underneath that, I'm thinking about having initiative and speed. And probably ultimately now, when I've thought about the design process, I'm probably going to have 5d20 roll, arrange them how you want. But initiative is going to play quite high in. It doesn't matter who you are, initiative is obviously important. But of course, so are the parts. So I thought it was a great balancing act, because you know you're not going to get everything you want. I quite like it. Gives a bit of variation on how you place your pull to start with, and is quite exciting. And I've kept initiative and or speed, sorry, and luck away from the main attributes. Some people are born lucky, some people aren't, and luck will be one of those things that is not a replenishing supply. When it's gone, your luck is out. And I quite like that, because it means that people are going to have to really think quite hard and fast in a campaign sense when to use it and when not to use it. And I will explain luck in a separate video. So that's been the initiative system. I'm just going to cover it one more time just so we recapture the points on it. It's called Seizing the Initiative System. When we're talking about initiatives, we're talking about the ebb and flow of an ongoing combat, not he rolls, I roll, that sort of stuff, which I've never really liked. I wanted something that really seizes that moment, you know, where someone has really got you pressed, parrying you into the corner, attacking you full out, and you've got to try and take back the initiative. Right, my time to counter now, or cast a spell, get off the initiative. So it should work very, very well, and I hope you like the feel of it. I will also try and cover off on one of the more important chapters is going to be about combat. I'll try to cover in that how two-weapon fighting and various other things will come into their own, and how it will be counted for with this initiative system. But as you will see, I think it works very well, and I hope you like what you see. Anyway, I've been Sean Connors, this has been Outsiders. Till the next time, take care of yourselves and happy gaming. Bye-bye.